Today we come and look at question number 15 in the Shorter Catechism, and this is what the question says. What was the sin whereby our first parents fell from the estate wherein they were created? So it's asking, what is the sin? What is that particular action that Adam and Eve indeed committed, so that they fell from that estate of being in a perfect relationship with God, of being in perfect harmony, of indeed knowing a life of bliss in paradise that was Eden? What was the sin that caused them to fall from that? Well, the sin whereby our first parents fell from the estate wherein they were created was their eating the forbidden fruit. Now let's think about that. Sometimes people will trivialize the sin of Adam and Eve. Oh, should they just took an apple? What was wrong with that? My father was told a story how coming from school, they sometimes would have raided an orchard, indeed, and not a good thing to do by any means. But indeed, it wasn't something you expect that he would be shot or death would come because he stole an apple. And yet, we know that death has come into this world. God's judgments come into this world because of Adam and Eve taking the forbidden fruit. Was God going over the top in what he was doing? Well, of course not. God always acts in the right way. But let's think about what Adam and Eve were really saying when they were taking the forbidden fruit. What was the forbidden fruit? It was fruit of the tree of knowledge of good and evil. That's what we read in Genesis 2 and 3. And so Adam and Eve could take of any fruit in the garden, but the one tree that they couldn't take the fruit of was the tree of knowledge of good and evil. Now, what was the significance of that tree, with that strange name, tree of knowledge of good and evil? Well, it means that they were allowing God to decide what was right and what was wrong by not eating of that tree. God was saying, listen, I give you paradise, I give you everything you need, you'll have everlasting life, but you let me decide what is right and what is wrong. You let me decide your path in life. You let me decide what is good, what is evil. I am the God who's made everything. I know what is good and evil. You let me decide that. But by taking off that fruit, Adam and Eve are saying, God, no, we're not going to let you rule. We're not going to let you decide what is right and wrong. We'll make our own rules. We'll create our own morality. We will decide what is right and what is wrong. By taking of this fruit, it was rebellion against God. It was arrogance. It was them saying they knew better than God. It was hurtful. They were saying basically, God, we don't trust you to decide what is good for us. This God of all love and grace who's given them every good gift. They're saying, we will make our own decisions in life. We will go our own way. And really, since Adam and Eve, that is indeed the sin that people continue to do, continue to commit. People are saying to God, I'll decide what is right and wrong. I will rule my life by my own rules. I don't believe that you should do that. And that is so wrong. That is so hurtful against God. It's so arrogant against the God who knows everything and is God of love and grace. It's a terrible thing. It is shaking our fist at God. It's saying, God, we don't trust you. God, we're not going to follow you. We're not going to go your own way. We're going to go our own way. And sin is so serious because of who it is against. If it was against just a trivial character, it wouldn't be particularly serious. But because it's against a God whose glory, whose majesty, whose wisdom, whose knowledge, whose love and grace is unlimited, it is a sin with a seriousness that is unlimited. Amen.